sacrifice. And a lot of people don't understand what sacrifice is. Sacrifice is a very important word. And it doesn't mean to kill. It doesn't mean to take a life or something like that. That's not sacrifice. Sacrifice is much, much more powerful than that. So we're going to talk about sacrifice, and in front of you you have also a picture of the woman. I don't think the women know who they are. So this picture will tell you how powerful the woman is and what power lies within the woman, and how a woman should never complain. I'm not against you, but a woman should never complain because she has so much power. So we're going to talk about that picture there. Now I happened to be looked at a movie in Gilliland this week. The movie was Pay It Forward. Have you seen it? Yeah. Pay It Forward. Okay. It has to do with how one good thing can progress into the whole world and change the whole world. How one idea can change the whole world, or one sacrifice can change the whole world. And you know, even Christ said that. He says, I am the Lamb of God, I am sacrificing myself for you. Hosanna to the highest. I am the one that's sacrificing. You know, I hate to say this, but I think Christians are the worst devotion to the religion. The Muslims are so devoted to the religion, the Hindus are so devoted. But Christians, they just, I'm a Christian. And that's it. They are not so devoted to their religion. I wish Christians could be more devoted. I wish Christians can be more connected to their religion. Because the whole Bible, the whole Christian gospel is related to sacrifice. Thou shalt not kill, but they still kill and eat. You know, thou shalt not have adultery. Oh, where's adultery most? In all the Christian countries. Thou shalt not steal. Where are most of the crimes? AIG, Citibank. You know, they steal. So the word Christian doesn't apply to the West. You know, it seems like people in the East, like right now in Pakistan, the guy who was a Christian was killed because he was such devoted. He was willing to die for Christianity. He was willing to sacrifice himself for Christianity. So look at that, they killed all the Christians. You know, so Christians need to be more Christians in their devotion, read their Bible, but they don't. Now the greatest test of sacrifice was when Abraham was asked to sacrifice his only son, Ishmael. And the Lord asked, just to test him out, it was just a test, to ask him if he can sacrifice his only son for him. And there's so many people who took that so wrong that the story even became part of the Muslim religion, where they said, oh, we have to sacrifice. They said, oh, God wants sacrifice, right? Whereas he really never sacrificed Ishmael. They give him the angel stopped him from sacrificing a human life and asked him, since he made a promise to sacrifice something, he can sacrifice an animal instead. But that doesn't mean that God likes sacrifice. God was just testing him. But the whole of the Muslim religion took that step differently and said, okay, if God likes sacrifice, so we have to sacrifice. You know. So the whole idea of sacrifice has nothing to do with killing animals or killing something, you know, like Santeria and voodoo and all these things. You sacrifice, and all of these things are wrong. They're not sacrificed; they are killed. They're disobeying the sixth commandment, which is thou shalt not kill. So, sacrifice has nothing to do with killing. Sacrifice has to do with giving something to get something. The same as action and reaction. Now, why do you come to meditation? Why do you come to the temple? And the reason is because you are sacrificing your time and yourself to gain something, to gain knowledge. Right? Tienes sacrificar para ganar conocimiento, para ganar, suertes, para ganar karmas buenos. You have to sacrifice for everything. Well, put back the ear. Okay. I raised it up. It's a little hot in here. Okay, so now sacrifice is what causes you to gain something. Now, what's the best sacrifice? The best sacrifice is love. Right? When the mother is pregnant with the baby, she's carrying the baby for 9 months. That's the sacrifice. Who wants to take care of all that pain and everything? All that labor pain and things like that. And that's one, I don't know if you ever forget the labor pain. It's a lot of pain. But the joy of when the baby comes, all the pain is forgotten. As soon as the baby comes, you hold the baby in the arms. The labor pain doesn't mean anything anymore. But before they have the labor pain, she's saying, oh, I'm not going to have no babies anymore. I am not having a baby anymore. I am not going to get pregnant again. That's it. She says all of these things while she's in pain to the husband. But when the baby comes, she's happy. And then she doesn't forget she said that. She's willing to have the next baby. Instantly. Such is the instantly gratification of sacrifice. Right? Even in the stock market, when you invest in the stocks, you are sacrificing for profits. So everything we do is a sacrifice. And everything we gain is a result of that sacrifice. So anytime somebody is beating you or criticizing you or telling you nasty things, first check to see if it's your 9th day. Because it could be your 9th day or 6th day. So if it's your 9th day or your 6th day, if it's one of those negative days, that means that you have to sacrifice and take those licks, take that quarreling, or take that punishment. Because if you do that, 2 days later, you're going to have the upper hand. You're going to gain over that person. So sacrifice here pays off. Right? Now if you're running a 9-year and the guy comes to see you, and he, of course, you meet this guy and you think it's going to be love and everything, and it's a 9-year or a 6-year, it's not going to work out. So you're going to get disappointed. Now you have two choices. You can decide to beat him up, right? Bless you. Decide to beat him up, or you can take the sacrifice of suffering it. And when you take the sacrifice of suffering it, 2 years later, you come into a beautiful relationship. That's the greatness of sacrifice. Right? Now people take the sacrifice very far sometimes, and they put it out of context or weird. Like, for example, sacrificing people to get 72 virgins and so on. It's all crazy. That's not sacrifice, right? Or people say, well, if I kill the chicken, that's in Santeria or voodoo or whatever, and you kill a chicken and I bathe with the blood, I will do better. No. What about the chicken's sacrifice now? The chicken is going to gain because you killed it. The best way of sacrifice is to give. Now, when you cook the food and you make the food for the person in the home or the people in the home, you are conducting a puja, you're conducting sacrifice. That's a ritual. When you do that, you put all your effort into making that food. Right? You will gain from that food. When the person eats, the person blesses you. The person enjoys the food. When you buy it from the restaurant, you pay your money. You get what you pay for. It's the same thing. Right? Except the cook in the restaurant is sacrificing for money. He's not sacrificing for love. When mom cooks the food, it's sacrificing for love. So, it's very important that you conduct sacrifice. Now, there was this gentleman who came to his guru one day, and he says, I would like to meet God. I would like to meet and see God. How can I meet God? How can I see God? Right? So, his guru said, okay, pray and God will come to you. Okay? Do your sacrifice. Do your whatever you got to do and God will come to you. So now, he decides to do a lot of prayers, a lot of sacrifice. And one day he gets a dream. And he dreamed, and God comes in his dream. And the Lord came in his dream and says, I will be coming to you on such and such a day. Make sure you prepare for me. So that was wonderful, you get a dream that God is going to come to see him personally. So, and the day come when God was supposed to come that day. So he prepared, he cleaned the house, he had everything nice and ready. God is coming to see him, So, while he was cleaning the house, the lady who was the local fruit seller, she knocked on the door and she asked him if he want to buy some fruits. So he says, no, I'm too busy now. I can't really buy any fruits right now because I'm cleaning now because I have special guests coming to my house. So the lady left. And then later on, another visitor came to the house and rang the bell, and while he was still preparing the stables and so on, right? And it was the broom cleaner, one who cleans the chimneys and everything. So, he told us, no, you can't do this cleaning today because today I am preparing for a special guest and he is coming. So I don't have time. So the broom cleaner left. And he continued and he's waiting and looking at the time. What time is God come to my house? God is coming.